Just a quick video on NAS 100 aka Nasdaq. Okay, so I'm on the 4-hour time frame. So remember market was moving around a box. I'm just gonna throw it down, throw it up. Practically we were on consolidation. I consider this a consolidation. This was like a consolidation. Practically market was moving in between these prices, like up and down, up and down. There was no way out until the day it broke out at this point right here. See, this was our breakout. Then we had market moving, we had market coming, breaking out. Then after that, market came back to retest the same box. Let me just redraw the box quickly for you. So see, so this was our consolidation range on a 4-hour scale. Then we had market moving like in between prices. Then we had market breaking out. Then we had market retesting uh, the same consolidation box. Then we had a drop again. So what I'm expecting now is another pullback, which is something that we are looking at right now, and a drop maybe until this level. This is a critical level for me, considering that we might find confluence here and it might form a new structure support. Again, we must also consider that if market breaks below this up structure, which is, for me, I consider this an up structure on a higher time frame. Obviously, remember, structure counts in every time frame. So if we break below this structure, then it means we will continue to the downside. But now, chances are, if we bounce off this structure, then we should see market going higher. I don't know, as high as whatever. Okay, so let me just go quickly to the 1 hour again. This is 1 hour now. I'm going to show you something on the 1 hour, because we trade the most on a 1 hour time frame. So when we had this breakout, we had market coming back for a pullback. Then what you could have done is just place a line like this. Let me show you quickly. You place a line like this. Then if market breaks below this line, that's when you look to take a sell trade. So one confluence that we might have, something that we might have to look out for to decide either way market is going. If market breaks below this point now, that will mean we're continuing to the downside until this level, but the range is a bit smaller. But with Nasdaq, most 50 pips, 20 pips is a lot on Nasdaq. Again, if we go higher and break above this structure, for me, I consider this our last point of structure on the downtrend, because now we had a move down, we had a pullback, another aggressive move to the downside. The last aggressive move to the downside, it's our structure. Once market breaks out of above that level, then it means we'll continue. But another thing that we can use to gauge either market is now reversing to the upside is just draw a minor trend line here. You can have a minor trend line that will touch from this point and this point. It's not a perfect trend line, but it's workable. We can have something like this. Then if market comes to this trend line and break above the trend line, then we just wait for the retest of the trend line. Then the continuation will mean, okay, now chances are market is going higher. Once it breaks now above this up structure, then we should see market continuing higher. So remember, I spoke about what I use as my take profit and my entry points, which are these levels of round numbers, these round numbers. So check this out. For an example, now market is on a downtrend. For the fact that market has closed above inside this range between 15,400 and 15,500, it does not mean that we should be buying. Understand? Because we are still on a downtrend. But the moment the structure changes now, if market now breaks above this structure, now we're on an up structure, then that's when we look to buy at the break of these round numbers, because I use round numbers to gauge either to use as my take profit and my stop losses. So yesterday I caught a nice trade from here. I waited for the pullback, then we had a nice drop. I was already in here and I was out around 15,400. That was a beautiful trade. So today I'm going to wait until at least 2 o'clock, or until we see anything that will happen around this trend line. then that will give us an idea as to where to from here. But we're still on a downtrend. I'm still looking to sell in this market, but something that we must be cautious of, it's the earnings. It's the earnings. It's important for you to watch out for the earnings. It's important for you to watch out for the earnings. So it looks like today there's going to be earnings from these companies. Some of these companies, they are not usually I like to look at the companies that are I don't know how to say it, like companies that are listed on under Nasdaq. Those companies will give you an idea as to what is happening exactly, what could be pushing Nasdaq today. You understand? So these are the earnings that we're expecting to see today. These are the companies that we're expecting to see. They will report the earnings. So usually with Nasdaq, it's mainly moved by the fundamentals. Again, it's also moved by the technicals. So you have to look both of them. Then again, we've got a CPI report coming out at 2:30, which might also give some volatility to the market. So we need to also watch out for that. And the result that will come out from CPI will be also a good guidance for us as to where is market going to go next. But overall, we are still selling on Nasdaq. It looks like a sell. Again, once we break this level, we can still come to this level. Once we break this level, we'll look for another level. Always when you take your trades, you look for what can be a confluence or what can maybe push the market to the opposite direction. Like yesterday, we had a nice drop, but when it got here, it created this thing, this channel here, as you can see. Let me just mark it out clearly so that it can be visible. On a smaller time frame, this is visible on a smaller time frame. Let me go to maybe 15 minutes. This will be visible on a smaller time frame. This is what market did. Practically, this is now but it's a small, it's a minor support to consider. It's a minor support to consider. You see what market did? Came here twice, then started creating these imbalances here. So now we might expect market to drop. Come here, if it breaks below, then continue. But if it fails to break, it might take a U-turn, come back here. So this is not critical, but it does count. It's something that you should consider as well when you are running your trades on the Nasdaq. So all the best for the week. Subscribe, don't forget to subscribe and like the video to show that you want more of this content, because I think the reason why I post less of the content is because I do not see that if people need this content or want this content. So need you guys to subscribe, share and like this video so that I can see how many people want to see this content more often. Thank you.